Well, hi everyone, it's Elizabeth Hagan, and this is our confidence chat. This is the fifth chat of 5. We started last week with one on money, focus, marketing, speaking to get clients, and now the confidence chat. And some of you know that last Friday I had some major computer issues, and so I gave it via phone, couldn't record it, and so forth. So I have rescheduled it for today. But I really feel that I was not meant to give this chat because you would not believe what went on here this morning. I finally got my computer back, great computer guy, and we got it set up. And then more internet issues this morning. And I mean, you wouldn't believe my setup here. I'm in a different desk. I've got my iPad as a hotspot and using my cellular data to connect to the internet. And I'm surprised you can't see the sweat pulling off my face. So I think there's a reason if you're on this call right now or on the recording that it was meant to be, because I worked hard to get here, that's for sure. So confidence. Let's see what some of the challenges are. And okay, there you go. Of what people shared with me. Staying positive all the time, sustain it, overthinking, recognizing the gift that God gave her, getting discouraged, low self-esteem, dealing with failure after failure, and yeah, I think it's very common. While there are people that are truly confident all the time, God bless them, I think that for most of us, myself included, even though I'm teaching on this, it really is a journey. There are days that it's awesome, and there are days that it's not so great. So I came up with what I feel are the 9 best practices to for a courageous and confident life. And I did send you an email with the link for the handout. And so if you have it, great. You can fill the blanks in. If you don't, there is the handout link, tinyurl.com/9-best-practices. I'm at kind of a makeshift desk here. So I'm curious, can you guys see me on the webcam?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
and
good.
Teresa's here. I came in through my phone line.
Okay, great. Thank you, Teresa. Good, because my webcam goes away, so I don't know if you guys are seeing me or not. Not that maybe you need to see me, but here I am. And if I go to this much trouble for a webcam, you better be able to see me. And so I came up with the 9 best practices, and I'm calling this a chat. Well, the other ones were probably more of a teaching, but this really is a chat because I really want to hear from not all of you every single time, but from each of you at some point on this. And so let's go to embrace self-care. I'm sure you've all heard the analogy, and I've spoken on it many times. When you're on an airplane and the flight attendant tells you that in case of loss of cabin pressure, the air mask will drop from the ceiling. Be sure to attach yours before helping others. And that always sounds so good in theory, but would we really do that? And one day on a plane, I realized that it's true. I had something happen to me, just me, not the other passengers, and I lost oxygen, and I almost fainted and got very ill. And the flight attendants had to rush to me and put oxygen on me. And as I started sharing this story in other groups, there'd be pilots in the group and flight attendants, and they told me that it truly is true. When someone loses air pressure or oxygen, they become dysfunctional in a matter of maybe 3-4 seconds. And so my point here is that if we aren't taking care of ourselves, how can we do all we want to do for others? We're going to just get worn out and exhausted. And it's not that I'm preaching or teaching that put yourself first, although I kind of am. Of course, as women, we're nurturers and we help others. But I want you to truly think about, what are you doing for yourself? Yes, we hear about eating correctly. Yes, exercising, getting good rest, all those things. But are you putting them into place? You can hear them kind of like the Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah thing. But are you really doing this? And so I want to ask a couple of you, not if you have or haven't done this, but I want to ask, well, ask all of you, and I want you to write down on your handout, but I want to hear from some of you. What are you going to do for yourself in the next 3 days? What are you going to do for yourself in the next 3 days? And I'll share first. After this class, I got about a half-hour break. I'm going to go to hot yoga. Be my third hot yoga. The first one, I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. And it really is, oh my goodness, it's so warm. Oh, we're having like a blizzard here thing in South Dakota. The roads are awful and whatever. And so it'll be fun for me. So I want to, each of you write down what you can do for yourself the next 3 days. And then who'd like to share what they're going to do for themselves? I think I hear crickets. Oh, and if you are muted for whatever reason, if you could type in the chat box, that's fine too, okay? But I do want to hear from you. This is why it's called a chat, okay? Okay, I'm really worried that you're not hearing me or something.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
This is Kimberly.
Hey, hey, Kimberly.
How are you this morning?
Good. Well, I'm good now.
All right. One thing that I'm going to do for myself is actually a decluttering thing from my closet, because I've got not only my clothes in there, but I have some of my business stuff in there, and I have just things in there that I don't really need. They don't really belong in there.
Yep.
So I am going to be doing that, and then getting in touch with a friend of mine to be accountable for some other projects down the road.
Okay. And when are you going to declutter this closet?
Probably this weekend.
Okay, I heard a probably.
Well, it depends on what plans my husband has made for this weekend, because he unexpectedly had plans, and now he doesn't have plans. So we might end up doing something else since he doesn't have plans.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
I know. Okay. I'll say it anyway. I'd like you to set a time for yourself to do this, okay? If he comes up with something awesome you want to do, fine, then reschedule, but let's get in the calendar, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. Let's not, this is what we do, see? And not that it's a bad thing that your husband wants to do some planning. I'm not against that, but this is what we do. We kind of set a notion, and then with everybody else come in first, and I want you to declare that closet.
Well, some of it, too, has to do with time and energy.
Yeah, well, of course,
like,
yes.
Are you have energy to do it, so.
Yeah. And
yes, I will.
Okay, I understand that was you, but still put it in the calendar. If that isn't a good energy day, fine, reschedule, but let's get it in there.
Sounds great.
Thanks, honey. Anybody else want to share what they're going to do the next 3 days?
Okay, this is Teresa.
Hey,
and I'm
Teresa.
sorry I lost you for about a minute, so I kind of, I lost you when you started with you need to do 3 things. And then
no, not 3 things. Do something for yourself in the next 3 days. All I'm asking for is one thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be with Kimberly. I do have a closet that needs to be cleaned out.
Yep.
Clothes donated. I have a hard time parting with things because you think I will wear them again someday, and I don't.
Yeah.
So to get rid of some of that excess will be amazing.
Good.
But I am going to do 2.
Okay.
And I know this just sounds so typical for this time of year, but I am going to, after work today, I didn't bring my gym clothes with me, but I am going to go sign up or get details of the gym and decide if I am going to, if this is something I'm really going to do, because I tend to put myself on hold and do everything for everybody else. So I need to be selfish this year, I think.
Yeah. Well, I call it sacred self-care. So get rid of the S, selfish word, and do sacred self-care, because it's not selfish. It's not selfish. And I'm so glad you're going to go to the gym. I hope that you sign up. And then right away in your calendar, even if you start with 2 times a week, Teresa, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Start there, but you'll find that you're going to so look forward to that gym time. And I'm glad about the closet, too. And just a really quick point from a professional organizer. I always used to tell people in my workshops about partying with stuff. At the very least, get a bin, mark it in 10 pounds and 20 pounds. Maybe you want to mark it, I don't care. Throw the clothes in there that you can't part with but don't fit. Stick it in your basement somewhere and make a note in your calendar a year from now to go check that bin. And then if you've never gone in that bin to get those clothes, then you might have more freedom to give them away. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Great.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
All right, so that was embrace self-care. Let's go on to the next best practice to live a courageous and confident life, and that is embrace order. And I want to tell you, I was not born an organized person at all. The epiphany time came for me in 1985. We had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a baby. And my life was chaotic and disorganized. I didn't like myself. And I thought, well, what at least I can do is, get my house in order. And I found some books to help me do that and so forth. And what a difference it made. It really gave me confidence. Hence the book I wrote years ago called Organize with Confidence. And so there are a lot of things in our life we have no control over, okay? Finding that lump, getting that call at 2 in the morning that your 2 kids have been in a serious car accident down in Texas. I'm talking from personal experience here. All these things we have no control over. But there are things that we do have control over, and that is, believe it or not, our email, office, closet, kitchen and whatnot. And so I'd love for you to really embrace order in 2016. But right now, just for those of you who have a home office and perhaps even are in it right now, look around. And if you're not, if you're in your home, that's fine. Look around. What is one thing that's bugging you? And I want to hear from 2 people, please. What's one thing that's bugging you?
It's Gretchen.
Yes, Gretchen.
My side of the office looks great. I share it with somebody. And he's not in here now, so I can share. And it's frustrating. I mean, at times I'll clean it all up, and then at other times it's a mess. But that's my biggest hang-up, because the end of the table is supposed to be where I can fold laundry. We have our laundry in a closet in this office space, and it's perfect having the table there, but it's usually so full of stuff that I can't use it for its intended purpose.
But do you have control over that?
I don't have control over that. I know.
No. So that's that. Unless you talk with him.
Oh, I've talked, and he'll do it, but I read something yesterday on how different men and women are on, seeing stuff, and, he cleans it up if we're going to have company, and if anybody would happen to come back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But he knows where everything is. I don't know how he does it, but.
Okay.
But mine's great. When I'm looking here, everything looks perfect, and my drawers are nice and organized because all of the, I went through all the files, so everything's good.
Perfect. Okay. So for all of you, though, I want you to write down something on that branch, on that mind map. If you have an area in your home or office that bugs you, write that area down, and let's take back control of that. Because believe it or not, except for Gretchen's husband's side of the office, if he has control over something, you can change it. Okay. All right. Next is embrace time. Embrace time. There are things we deal with like procrastination, perfectionism, multitasking, and they're all really fears. And again, we've got control of that procrastination, putting things off, you've got control of that, okay? Perfectionism, there's no perfection on this earth, okay? So it may be time to let that go. Multitasking, it's been proven that if you have, working on, let's say, 4 projects, you go from project to project to project, your brain's got to start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. And so it really is best to do one thing at a time. And I talked about in the focus webinar chat, if you're on there, or if not, you'll get the recording, about the Pomodoro technique. So you set a timer for 25 minutes and work solely on one thing, and then give yourself a 5-minute break. So you may want to review that webinar. So how can you embrace time? I'm going to kind of keep going here because of our time right now. But on that branch on your mind map, do you deal with procrastination? Then write that down. Perfectionism, multitasking. Do you start your workday too late? Maybe you go too late. How can you embrace time again for a courageous and confident life? And the next one is embrace values. Embrace your values. I thought you might like to see a list of values. These are just a small list. And I got this from the website brilliancewithcoaching.com. Now, I did go back try and find a direct link, and I couldn't find it. It's in some blog post, but I want to give this gentleman credit. So here are some values, okay? So dark over here. Awareness, caring, fairness, listening, trust, personal growth, and so forth. So I want you to think about, what are your values? And are you embracing them? Does your life show that you are embracing your values? I read, I think on this guy's website that, or maybe it was, I looked it up on Google, but anyway, the core values are the guiding principles that dictate behavior and action. Core values can help people to know what is right from wrong. They help companies to determine if they are on the right path and fulfilling their business goals. And they create an unwavering and unchanging guide. I think that is so true. My values in order are, my top values are God, family, or faith, family, and career, along with integrity, acceptance, along with other ones. But this is a picture of me when I spoke in front of a women's retreat. And while I love to speak to all kinds of groups, secular and faith-based, I feel that I'm really doing my life's work in front of a faith-based group. This is a really, really fun event. So jot down that mind map by embrace values. What are your top 3 values? And then are you living them? And if not, what can you change? What can you change? And that gives great confidence when you're living your values. And the next best practice is embrace passion. Embrace passion. And the dictionary definition for passion is a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. So a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement. So do you have passion in your life? And not only passion if you're married or in a relationship, but passion about what you're doing, about the people that you're with. Really passionate about how you're running your office, your business. When you do that, just amazing things happen. One of my passions that I have had a lot of my life, particularly 3 years ago, is working out. I've become a working out maniac, and I really attribute it to the success in my life and business because of the energy I have from that. So what are you passionate about? Write that down on that mind map. What are you passionate about? For me, in work, it's helping others succeed. I love that. In life, being a great mom and grandma, or as great as I can be. And then my fitness, and then always learning. I love to always keep learning. So what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? And then the next best practice is to embrace you. Are you accepting of you? Your hips, your feet, your hair. You. Are you embracing you? I think it's important that we accept our past, we accept our present, and look forward to the future. As far as accepting the past, for many of us, we need to accept it and then, of course, let it go. And, of course, it keeps cropping up its and sometimes ugly head, and we've got to accept ourselves again. But when you can really embrace you and love you for who you are right now, not 10 pounds from now, not 20 pounds from now, not when the kids are grown, not when you get your next promotion, not when you get your next degree, but embracing you right now. That gives you amazing courage and confidence. So on that line, on that mind map, how can you embrace you? Do you need to let go of something? Do you need to accept something? How can you embrace you? And next one is embrace focus. And of course, I did a whole webinar on just this focus. But what I mentioned in that webinar is a great definition of focus. And it is nothing more than making decisions and having the discipline to see them through. Make a decision, like Teresa going to the gym after work. She made a decision. And so if she has the discipline to follow it through, see it through, that's focus. And the more focused you are, the easier everything becomes. So on the line on that handout by focus, how can you improve your focus? Maybe it's writing out that definition. The discipline, it's nothing more than making decisions and having the discipline to see them through. And maybe start seeing through more of your decisions that you make. But let's start embracing focus. And then embracing others. And this is the 7th step, embracing others. They say that no man is an island or no woman is an island. So how can you incorporate other people into your business and life? And I'll be honest with you, I really am a loner type person. That's just kind of the way I'm made, my personality, my character. And so I find this difficult to incorporate people into my business side of my life, not in my clients or not in my speaking. I mean, I'm good there, but asking others for help. One way I have done it, though, is I've had a coach for like a million years, and I'm really glad about that. So I embraced him into my business. But how can you embrace others into your life and business? And maybe you want to think about starting a mastermind group. If you don't have this book, I would highly suggest it. It's by Jack Canfield. He's the author of all those Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And the book is called Success Principles. Success Principles. And it's 52 principles. You can do one a week. They're all great. But I believe near the end of the book, he's got, I think, 2 chapters on masterminding, how to find the people, the agenda, and so forth. So it might be something that you might want to think about starting. Oh, I think I mixed up yep. Well, okay, anyway. Embrace excellence. Embrace excellence. This is number 9, so I gave the wrong number to the other one. Okay, embrace excellence. I think the best way to embrace excellence is to let go of perfectionism. And I think a lot of us as women deal with that. And I'm a recovering perfectionist. And the quote that really helped change my life is by Michael J. Fox. And he said, "I'm careful not to confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence I can strive for. Perfection is God's business." I'll say that again. I'm careful not to confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence I can strive for. Perfection is God's business. And remember, he said excellence I can strive for. So that's what I try and do. And excellence in any teleseminar, a webinar, presentation, coaching session, excellence. When I gave up perfectionism, oh my goodness, my life changed. I sent out a newsletter. Well, now this year it's going to be every week. And I used to stress over the punctuation and the grammar. And finally I learned just to let it go. I do 2 lookovers and I send it out. Is there usually an error in there somewhere? Sure. But you know what? Who cares? So embrace excellence. Embrace excellence. Okay, so here again is the mind map handout that I gave you. I hope that you've gotten something written down for each best practice. If not, you can go back and fill those in. But I would post this either by your makeup mirror or your computer monitor, and really every day, maybe just pick one. Maybe tomorrow you're going to embrace others. Maybe the next day you're going to embrace order. Maybe next Monday you're going to embrace passion. But you do these on a continual basis, and amazing things happen. Amazing things happen. And I want to help be your Savvy Biz mom. So I've got a fun thing to offer you. It's absolutely free. I've put together a Facebook group. And those of you on my newsletter list, I got a notice about this, but it's absolutely free. It's called Savvy Biz Place. And it's a place where I'm going to post my every week I'm going to write a Wednesday wisdom and have usually probably an action step with that. I'll put this in this group, and then you can take action on the things that I teach you. But more importantly, this is a place for you to come and hang out and meet other awesome women that all have a business. And here's the deal. Everyone has a business. If you're in the business of raising a family, you're in a business. If you are big in volunteering for your community, you are in a business. So all you have to do is go to Facebook and just search for Savvy Biz Place and ask to join, and then you'll be in pending until I approve you. So please join. We've got about 45 people signed up as of right now. Some are still coming in yet, and I want to build this to hundreds of women that really are going to help each other. And one more offering is I wrote a book about 4 years ago that I'm very proud of. It's Confidence Now Is Your Time. Many of you have it probably, but if you don't, here's a website for it. It really is a book that shares 31 stories and lessons learned that can really give yourself permission to be the person that you were born to be. And I wanted to share something with you in closing, and then I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can talk for a while. And I didn't print it out, so I've got to kind of just from memory. But I have an awesome web person slash kind of a VA graphic person with me for years named Kim, and she really gets me. Like if I ask her for a logo, she'll get it in one try because she just knows me and my business so well. So I was talking to her about confidence and acceptance and so forth, and she's a real deep thinker. And she wrote back, I'm paraphrasing here, I didn't print it out, but she said that, you know, she loves the word acceptance because there's peace in acceptance. The word trust, there's peace in trust. She's often felt that the word confidence is like a piece of clothing you have to put on. We all struggle to find that right piece of clothing, but really, you know what, ladies, it comes from inside. It comes from inside. Those 9 best practices I gave you are things to do, take action on, okay? But I feel the more that you have those in place, the more that you're going to love yourself from the inside out, and that's really, really what's truly most important. And to always remember that now is your time. Don't wait for tomorrow to go to that gym and sign up. Don't wait for 2 weeks to organize your closet or whatever you need to do. Now is your time.